Welcome to Your Future, Your Way, where we explore the many ways to reach your academic and professional goals. Whether you're a recent grad, career starter, considering career advancement, or even changing careers, this podcast is for you. You'll hear from current students and alumni who took the leap into graduate level coursework, as well as faculty and staff who support students on their academic journey. There's no right way to do higher education. This is your future, your way. My name is Ian Muhlenhaus, and I'm the Director of Program Development in the Division of Continuing Studies at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I help design and build market-based programs to help students pursue their dream careers.
And I'm Alyssa Olick, Director of Professional Degrees and Certificates. I oversee the project management team that works with new program implementation. We are excited to share information, resources, and most importantly, stories from current and former students. A master's degree that takes a couple of years or a PhD that takes even longer are no longer the only options for post-baccalaureate education. Universities and colleges, including UW-Madison, are now offering programs in various formats such as online, evening, weekend, or even accelerated so you can complete your program that fits your life and timeline. While research-based programs are still extremely important, it is also important to provide programs that are applied and can translate well into industry and the workforce. This podcast is designed to help people as they consider what is next for their educational journey. We explore the options available to you and meet the students in our programs to help you determine what is next for you.
For some, returning to school is an exciting next chapter, and for others it can be a bit daunting. Today we'll hear from three people who returned to school at varied stages in life. Their stories and academic paths are unique. However, they all wanted to enhance their education and advance their careers.
Some people leave their undergraduate studies knowing exactly where they want to go with their careers, and others use work experience to guide their career aspirations. We recently spoke with Landon, a math teacher in Poland, who is pursuing a Master's of Science in Educational Psychology, Learning Analytics. The 30-credit program is fully online and can be completed in 2 years. It teaches students how to use data to make an impact on teaching, learning, and policy in the world of education. Landon shares details about his educational and professional experiences in the field of education and why he felt it was the right time to get a master's degree.
So after 4 years of the University of Kentucky, I still wasn't entirely sure where I wanted to end up professionally, especially with an anthropology degree and honestly not knowing a ton of what that might mean, and unsure if the rest of the world knew what that degree would mean. So I was working actually with a local Habitat for Humanity chapter in Lexington, Kentucky, and doing nothing related to a long-term career path. Just that's what I was doing during college and continued after graduation. And I was actually a part of the AmeriCorps program, doing a year of community service as an AmeriCorps member. And within AmeriCorps, you can do 2 years of service. And so I chose to do my second year somewhere outside of Kentucky where I had grown up. And I ended up in Seattle, Washington, working with a set of high schools, essentially as an educational support. I was working with English language learners, supporting students in math and English classes. Math was always a strong suit of mine. It was just never something I fully considered with a career path and with an academic path for that matter either. So I got involved in education, honestly, like through AmeriCorps, and started working in Seattle. My experience there working with the population that I was working with actually inspired me to continue down the path of sticking with education and trying to create a larger impact. I still struggled a little bit finding the right career path. I continued within classroom teaching or working with nonprofit organizations that were education based. And I worked in and around education for the following 5 to 8 years. And some of that led me to college advising, working with universities, like admissions advising. Some of it was, again, classroom teaching. Some of it was with dropout programs and supporting young adults in attaining their high school credentials. So based on the work I had seen and kind of injustices I had experience with the students I was working with, and wanting to make a change and create some larger impact on education. And it's definitely been a bit of a roller coaster, and going from place to place, and honestly from different job to different job. But I think it's allowed me to see education from different perspectives and provide like voice from those perspectives as I consider continuing working in education, hopefully at a higher level.
Now let's hear from a UW alumni who knew exactly what she wanted after graduating with her bachelor's degree in nutritional science. Kara, who recently graduated from UW-Madison's clinical nutrition program, was driven by her passion for nutrition and to become an expert in the field. UW-Madison's top-ranked MS in clinical nutrition program is 100% online and can be completed full or part-time. We talked to Kara about why she chose clinical nutrition.
I'm from New York, first of all, Sullivan County, New York. And my first 2 years of college, I actually went to a community college. It's called Sullivan County Community College. It's funny, I actually started as a psychology major because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But over the summer, I got really interested in exercise and eating healthy and learning about different nutrients in foods and how they help fuel you while you work out. And I thought when I started school, I'm like, I wonder if I can make a career out of this. I didn't even know being a registered dietitian was a career. So I literally just Googled it. What can I do with food and nutrition? And then I saw the career of a registered dietitian. I learned more about it. And I was like, wow, this is what I want to do. So while I was at SUNY Sullivan, I found the career of a registered dietitian and applied to Russell Sage College in Albany, which is about 2 hours north of where I was from. Then I moved up to Albany in 2015 and started at the Russell Sage College Nutrition Science program. I graduated December of 2017. I was on the track to becoming a registered dietitian. So I got into their pre-select program and graduated with my bachelor's degree December of 2017 to start the internship on August 2018. And well, that big gap, I just worked and tried to make some money to save up for that. While I worked is when I started the University of Wisconsin-Madison online Master's in Clinical Nutrition program. So I always wanted to have a master's degree after my bachelor's. In 2024, everyone who applies to be a dietitian is going to have a master's. So I wanted to get that master's to kind of meet the competition of the future of these new dietitians that are going to come in with this master's degree. And I didn't want to just have a bachelor's, even though the experience you might have more. I wanted that piece of paper to kind of meet the competition. Personally, I wanted to have a master's to kind of have a master's. I wanted to be an expert in something. I'm the kind of person where if I really enjoy something, I want to try my absolute best at. And for clinical nutrition, that was something I really loved. We touched on it in bachelor's program, but I wanted more experience. I wanted more education and more skills that would help me succeed as a clinical dietitian. So bachelor's, it kind of gave you a general information. I wanted that master's degree because I wanted that expertise in that field. I wanted to be the person that people would come to for any clinical nutrition advice, or they wanted to seek any expertise information. So basically, my motivation was both professional and personal.
Thanks to Kara for sharing her story. So amazing how honed in Kara was on what she wanted and pursued her passion. That's not always the case. Sometimes we get into the workforce and we realize we want to shift gears. We don't want a new degree, but we're looking for some lucrative or rewarding skills. This is where capstone certificates are really useful.
Next, we'll hear from Bree, who pursued her capstone certificate in user experience design to expand her skills in user experience, only to realize she was opening the doors to a new career. Offered by the Information School, or also called the iSchool, the user experience program is fully online and can be completed in 1 year.
So I came to UW-Madison in 2011 for my bachelor's degree. And actually, at the time that I started, I was dead set on going for mechanical engineering. So I immediately enrolled in that program. And then, well, the beginning phases of that program. And by the end of my freshman year, I completely took it a different direction and was like, I really actually appreciate having more creativity in my life than I thought. So what can I do that allows me to use engineering and design and art? And I actually landed on interior architecture here so that I could stay at UW-Madison. And that is what I got my bachelor's degree in. So after leaving with my bachelor's degree in 2017, I found a job working at a commercial furniture dealership, which also provided design solutions for commercial spaces. And that I started the summer of 2017, so really shortly after I graduated. The job was officially titled interior designer. So I was really lucky to get to work right away in essentially what I got a degree in, and at least practice the majority of what my degree provided me in my first job. But I was really missing greatly the opportunity to do that planning up front. And at the time, the manager alluded that I would have to kind of move into more of like a sales position if I wanted to do something like that. So I knew that I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be a salesperson. So I thought, well, what if there's a way I can help our salespeople understand our clients better up front? Because then we, save a lot of time, redoing designs over and over again because we never understand our clients. So long story short, I went into looking about what jobs in the world exist out there where you can take surveys about users and understand what people really actually need and understanding the psychology of people. And I landed on UX design. So the story unfolds where I find that I passionately loved UX after getting out of there and came back to interior design, the job I have, and I was like, as it turns out, it just highlighted less and less of what I had to do, or I should say more of what I wanted to do and couldn't do while I was there. So I ended up leaving, and I sort of pursued the official job hunt into UX related work, whether that was in a job that had the job title of UX designer, or whether that was freelancing and helping others with their projects get started. I just knew that I felt pretty confident, like I was saying, about more of what I wanted to do, and it made me feel better about stepping away from something just because it was giving me an income, because I'm chasing my happy now and it feels way better. So really, really happy about that. Yeah.
Thanks, Bree. We are excited to share that Bree is now working as a user experience engineer for a local bank. Congratulations to Bree, Landon, and Kara for pursuing their dreams. We'll return with final thoughts after this short break.
This episode of Your Future, Your Way comes from UW-Madison Professional Programs, offering more than 80 graduate-level programs, including online, evening, and weekend options for working adults. For more details, visit us at go.wisc.edu/pro.
I think Bree hits on a really important experience that many of us have had, and that is that we start off in one direction and end up somewhere else based on the courses you take, the people you meet, or the jobs you have. You learn what is important to you and what motivates you.
Kara knew exactly what she wanted from her degree. Landon is using his degree to advance his career, and Bree changed her career path with a capstone certificate. So, what is their advice for people considering returning to school?
I would tell them they don't have to figure it all out right now. no matter how far they are in their career, how old they are, take your time in figuring out if getting a master's is right for you personally. It might not be the right time right now, but definitely keep it as a consideration. Make sure you're in the right place. Something that I wish I did, this is the first time I've spoken publicly about it. I do wish that I waited a couple of years after my bachelor's and my dietetic internship to start this program or any kind of master's program, to not only give my brain a break, but to figure out what else do I love about my career? What other skills or education do I want to pursue, or what skills do I have that I want to further in? I don't regret it whatsoever. I'm very, very proud of the education that I received from UW-Madison.
Making the decision to do the program is no easy feat. You might have a number of different people in your corner that you need to communicate with. I myself have a supportive wife. It was a very long discussion. That was not just one discussion to make this decision, because honestly, she also just entered a graduate program herself. She is earning a PhD also in education related field. And so we're both juggling a lot right now, and it's having those hard conversations to know if you can make it work personally and financially and emotionally and everything else. It does not come without its struggles by any means, but if you understand the investment that you're putting in and know that you have the time and dedication to put into it, you can trust that the outcome will definitely pay out.
I would always say do it. I would just always say, if you want more education, you will lose only money to get it sometimes, but you will gain way more that makes up for it long term. I mean, I got a way better paying job now because of this. It definitely paid off the rest of the time and money that I put into this program. So 100% worth the trade-off if it's money that's concerned. But like, if you were just interested in learning even a little bit, just always try it. Always go back to school and find whatever you can to enhance what you're already doing, if that's still something you're passionate about. But if you find that you need a whole career shift out of what you just spent 6 years getting a degree in, like, that's okay too. That's why I would tell anybody, just if you even think about it a year from now, would you be that much happier? Then definitely do it.
Thanks to Landon, Kara, and Bree for sharing their experiences with returning to the university. We hope their stories resonate with you as you consider whether returning to school is right for you.
Thanks for joining us today to hear from students who took the leap into graduate work. We hope you can join us next time to hear from students about finding the right fit. We'll explore how students found programs that fit their lifestyles and goals. We'll also discover who supported them on their journey. Learn how to shape your future your way.